52 Rare Authentic American Photos and Videos of World War II. You must see Part 16.
Subscribe for daily content. Support this channel so it can grow.
Only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you feel like supporting me more, join my Patreon.
1. Pearl Harbor Attack, 1941. 2. Brigadier General William H. Rupertus, USMC, Center, on board USS Neville, AP-16, during the landings on Tulagi, circa 7-8 of August 1942. Gun. Rupertus, Assistant Division Commander of the 1st Marine Division, was in charge of combat operations on Tulagi and the other nearby Japanese-held islands. 3. Grumman F-4 Wildcat fighters on the USS Santee, CVE-29, circa November 1942. 4. The Seoul XB-38 in 1943. This was a B-17E fitted with Allison V1710V engines. While it did have a higher speed than a regular B-17, it suffered from a lower service ceiling. The project was ultimately cancelled due to the high demand of V1710 engines. The prototype was lost in a crash. 5. Attacher 87 and a BMW Cabriolet officer staff cars, left to the American forces at Berchtesgaden, during the last days of the war, 1945. 6. One rifleman reloads, and another fires in the 96th Infantry Division's advance to capture Big Apple Hill, a scene of intense fighting on Okinawa, the 9th of June 1945. 7. Navy blimp L-8 delivering B-25 modification parts to the USS Hornet, CV-8, shortly before the Doolittle raid. The airship was later involved in a mysterious incident in which it crash-landed in Daly City, California, but with no sign her crew, who were never found. Henceforth, the L-8 was named Ghost Blimp. 8. 4th Division Marines are pinned down by enemy fire as they hit the beach at Iwo Jima on D-Day, February 19th. Further info in comments. 9. Unfolding the wings on Grumman F-4 Wildcat on Enterprise as she conducts air operations. October 24, 1942. 10. U.S. Coast Guard LCT bringing out wounded soldiers during the Normandy invasion, 1944. 11. A kamikaze suicide plane splashes near the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Ticonderoga, CV-14, underway off the Philippines, the 6th of November 1944. 12. S/Sergeant Henry F. Rivers, of Jacksonville, Florida, makes friends in a French town in typical American style, giving candy to the youngsters. July 1944. 13. USS Meredith, DD-434, at Suva, Fiji Islands, the 23rd of June 1942. 14. B-17s encountering flak. Although no location is given, the photo is dated September 21, 1944. 15. American soldiers using a lifeline to save several men after a landing craft was sunk by enemy fire on D-Day, 1944. 16. The U.S. Navy attack transport USS Bayfield, APA-33, flagship for the Utah Beach landings, loading landing craft on D-Day, the 6th of June 1944. 17. A-20 from the 3rd Bombardment Group barely hit the mast of a Japanese freighter after a low-level skip bomb attack. This photo was taken during an attack on Japanese ships in the harbor at Rabaul. 18. USS Phoenix, CL-46, after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. 19. The light cruiser USS Birmingham, CL-62, providing firefighting assistance to the light carrier USS Princeton, CVL-23. Although the Princeton could not be saved, 1,361 of her crew were saved. October 24, 1944. 20. A U.S. Marine flies the Confederate flag over Shorey Castle on Okinawa after its capture by A Company, Red Battalion of the 5th Marine Regiment on May 29, 1945. 21. U.S. soldiers from the 23rd Infantry Americal Division's 3rd Battalion, 132nd Infantry during landings at Talisay Beach, Cebu Island, in the Philippines. March 26, 1945. 22. USS O'Reilly, DE-330, taken on the Elizabeth River near the Norfolk Navy Yard, the 26th of July 1944. 23. U.S. 3rd Fleet aircraft carriers at anchor in Ulithi Atoll, December 8, 1944. The carriers are, from front to back, USS Wasp, CV-18, USS Yorktown, CV-10, USS Hornet, CV-12, USS Hancock, CV-19, and USS Ticonderoga, CV-14. 24. An American tank crew took a breather on the way through the town of Avranches, Normandy, summer 1944. 25. Aboard USS LCI, L-326 on the way to the Normandy beachhead, Army troops of the 90th Infantry Division and Navy sailors listened to music to take their minds off what lays ahead once they reach the French coast, June 5, 1944. 26. Chaplain Artie Dubrow conducting a rainy and grim GI funeral somewhere in France, 1945. 27. American soldier Chris S. Guyckers hugs a young French girl named Florence Lenoroy outside the gates of the Palace of Versailles, Paris, September, 1944. 28. A Marine, his sweetheart, and some Mk2 grenades. Guadalcanal, 1942. 29. Under the protection of the cliffs near Widerstandsnester 60, German bunker, a medic of 3rd BN, 16th Inf. Reg, 1st Division, moves to the next wounded GI at Fox Redder Sector, Omaha Beach, Normandy, the 6th of June 1944. 30. USS Vincennes, CA-44, underway, in Measure 12, Mod, camouflage scheme, near Guadalcanal, Solomon Islands shortly before the landings there. The ship was sunk on the 8th of August during night battle action off Savo Island. 31. As requested, the XB-39. This was a YB-29 converted by General Motors to use Allison V3420 17 liquid-cooled W24 inline engines. First flying on December 1944, this prototype was the only one ever made. Photo taken at Wright Field, January 1946. 32. Member of the U.S. forces in China clarify things with the local fauna, date unknown. 33. U.S. Marine rocket launching trucks in action on Iwo Jima, the 28th of February 1945. Photographed by Staff Sergeant Robbins, USMC. The truck had left his Visitaco painted on its engine cover. These international 1-ton 4x4 trucks could ripple launch 36 4.5-inch rockets in a few seconds, providing a saturation barrage on their targets. However, the smoke and dust from rocket launching usually drew counter-battery fire from Japanese artillery, thus requiring the trucks and their crews to change positions immediately after firing. 34. The crew of an M7 Priest fires their 105mm howitzer at Catman Hill on the island of Leyte. October 1944. 35. Danville Field, Georgia. Air Service Command. A class in the handling of the pistol, July, 1943. 36. 381st BG Bombers on a mission, date unknown. Bomber V-8 The Joker 2 was lost on February 3, 1945. The nearest aircraft is VD Century Note and survived the war. 37. Admiral C.W. Nimitz, Sinkpak, on Lieutenant Admiral R.A. Spru in shown aboard USS Saratoga, CV-3, off Hawaii, the 9th of December 1944 when they put on an air show for a visiting party of the Naval Affairs Committee. 38. U.S. soldiers crowd into every inch of space aboard this LCT, landing craft, tank, which is making continuous runs from transports to the Allied beachhead on the Normandy coast. June 13, 1944. 39. Troops of the 511th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 11th Airborne Division, evacuate a wounded soldier to an aid station at Manarawat on the island of Leyte, December 1944. 40. U.S. Marine Corvette F-4U-1 Corsairs of Marine Fighter Squadron 113, VMF 113, on Injabi Island, Eniwetok Atoll, Marshall Islands, in 1944. VMF 113 began operating from Injabi on the 27th of February 1944 as part of the 4th Base Defense Air Wing. 41. First contingent of waves for duty at Pearl Harbor, Territory of Hawaii. Shown, left to right, Lieutenant Junior Grade Dorothy Marvin, Lieutenant Junior Grade V. White, Lieutenant Winifred Love, and Lieutenant Junior Grade Margaret L. Jones, the 8th of January 1945. 42. USS Quincy, CA-39, as seen from a Japanese cruiser during the Battle of Savo Island, off Guadalcanal, the 9th of August 1942. Quincy, seen here burning and illuminated by Japanese searchlights, was sunk in this action. 43. American troops taking a break to grab some chow shortly after the Battle of Tcon Forest, December 1944. 44. An Australian manned M3 Stuart tank attacks a Japanese pillbox in the final assault on Buna. Men of D Company, 212th Battalion fire on 25 enemy soldiers, January 2, 1943. 45. Scene of the invasion of Okinawa beaches during the bombardment, circa the 1st of April 1945. In foreground are LCS-16, LCS-15 and LCS-14. USS West Virginia, BB-48, is beyond them, at left. Firing in right distance is USS Idaho, BB-42. 46. 4 GIs of the U.S. 4th Infantry Division look up at Allied bombers heading to bomb German positions at the start of Operation Cobra on July 25, 1944. 47. Beach Group signalman directs USS LST-314 to her landing place on a beach during the Sicily operation in July to August 1943. 48. USS Barataria, AVP-33, off the Puget Sound Navy Yard on the 12th of November 1944. 49. A pair of M10 tank destroyers opening fire in the snow near Sparsbach, France, January 1945. 50. A Catholic priest performing a religious service in the Normandy American cemetery of Colville-sur-Mer, July 1944. The town is near Omaha Beach, where the largest battle of the invasion took place. 51. Battle of Metz, France. November 1944. Troops from the Third Army grab a quick breather. 52. USS LCI, L-497 moored at Weymouth, England while waiting in early June 1944 for the start of the invasion of France. LCVPs belong to the transport USS Thurston, AP-77.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Support the channel so I can bring you more content. Thank you again.